Hi guys, welcome to my channel Vinyl Beauty, or welcome back. I'm Debbie if you don't know me. For today's video we're going to be doing another album art inspired look. If you've been around here for a while you'll know what this is all about. I take an album from my collection and I create a look either based on the kind of vibe of the makeup that the person is wearing in the album cover, or maybe take inspiration from the cover art itself. And it's a way of getting a little bit creative and using some makeup in my collection and not just showcasing all the new makeup, because I feel I've been doing that a lot lately and that's not what my channel is meant to be about. And yeah, it should be about the creativity, and I just love doing these so much. Now I've done 7 of these in total, or this will be the 7th I think, and this will be the 3rd with this particular artist. And if you've been around here for a while and you know what the day is today and you've been following me on Instagram, then you'll know that this is going to be Barbra Streisand. Her book comes out today. It's a memoir, 992 pages of her incredible life, her incredible career, and I'm just a massive fan. So I've got the day off work today. I'm waiting for the book to arrive, and whilst I'm waiting I thought I'd fill my time and film a video. Now I'm going to be basing it on this album cover. So this is her Evergreens album. It was just released late October, and it celebrates her 60 years with Columbia Records, which is the longest time that any artist has been with Columbia. She's only done I think 2 other albums that were not Columbia, and they were soundtracks to Funny Girl and Funny Lady, and I think they were on Capitol, but everything else is on Columbia. So this album is a compilation album brought out to celebrate those 60 years, as I say, and it's got 22 tracks on here, and they're not chosen for any other reason than that Barbara wanted to have them included. So they're not chosen for the fact that they were like greatest hits or bestsellers. They're just the tracks that speak to her heart, or she has like particular memories of, and they span right across her career. And these are deep cuts that if you're not a fan you probably would never have heard, apart from Evergreen, which is the last track on the album, but it's had a new musical arrangement added to it. But everything else are probably tracks you may not have heard her sing, and they're just incredible. This opens with I'll Tell the Man in the Street, which is one of my absolute favourite Barbra tracks, but there's so many really good tracks on here. So we're going to be creating a makeup look based around what Barbara is wearing in the picture here. I've done another one of these videos where I concentrated on her look in the 60s. I wanted to do something a lot more neutral and soft, and I've got the best jumper I think that I could find that kind of matches the vibe. So I've got my hair kind of down and curly as well. Tried to do the best to kind of pay homage there. So what I'm going to do is bring you in closer and show you what I'm going to use to create the look. It's going to be quite a simple look because the makeup in this look is quite simple, but we're going to concentrate on the brown that's in the sort of background. It's kind of a rosewood kind of reddish dark brown in the cover there, and the pink that she's wearing in her sweater, which I know pink is one of her absolute favourite colours. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Hope you're going to enjoy it. I'm just going to bring you in and we'll get started. So I've done all my makeup apart from my eyes and my cheeks, and we're going to start with cheeks, and I wanted something really soft and feminine and pink for this look, and not too crazy out there. As I say, it's going to be quite a neutral look for me, but I think it's a perfect antidote to all of this Halloween and dramatic I've been doing. I love to vary things up. I'm a makeup chameleon really. I'm going to go with an Hourglass blush. This one's Sublime Flush, and that's the colour. So I think it's the perfect kind of, it's got some colour to it, but it's a muted-ish pink, peachy kind of pink. I think it'll look really pretty in this look. I'm not going to go, as I say, too crazy with this. Just want a light flush to the cheeks. This is such a beautiful formula for blush. I don't know if you guys buy Hourglass or if you buy into the hype of it. I thought, how can a blush that cost so much, you know, warrant the price, but honestly these just melt into the skin and they're so beautiful. And this colour's a good colour for me. Like, I normally wear colours that are way too dark for me or pigmented for me and make them work, but this is probably the perfect shade for me. It's just so pretty, and you can't really put too much on because it suits me so well. So yeah, love that. And for highlight, we're also going with Hourglass. This is one of their ambient lighting palettes from 2 or 3 Christmases ago. I'm going to go into the highlight shade that's in here. It's just a champagne kind of highlight. I didn't want anything crazy, but I do like a little bit of highlight. And again, it's the perfect kind of, not really their highlight, but just a little shine to the cheeks. And you can build it up and make it more metallic, but that's not what we're doing. So for eyes today, I really wanted to use my Sigma eyeshadow primer in Persuade. I should have thrown this away really, because it's literally down to the very last. I might just about get enough out of this, and I wanted a pinky toned eyeshadow primer. Yeah, I think I'm just about going to have enough. I find it really hard to throw things away until they're completely used up. I'm such a frugal person in a lot of ways. For those of you that don't know about my obsession with Barbra, it started when I saw her in concert at Hyde Park in 2019, and then I went back and kind of researched about her, and then I just started to fall in love with her. And I think I've gone back and listened to every album. I've got over 60 vinyl records of hers. I've got a lot of the books. I've got pretty much all of the films and concerts on Blu-ray or DVD, and I just value that collection so highly. If I had to choose between my makeup collection and my Barbra collection, makeup would be gone. It's such a passion of mine. I think she gets me through so many dark days. Actually, I listen to Barbra every single day, and her music just moves me so much. But her as a person as well, like what she's achieved and how she's stayed so true to herself throughout her career, and what she stands for women, you know, that you can do anything, nothing's impossible. And in, you know, the past, when it was such a male dominated world, to become the director that she was, you know, to bring Yentl to the screen, or Prince of Tides, or I love Mirror Has Two Faces, you know, those movies are just so incredible. But Yentl is just a masterpiece. And then to overcome her fear of performing, and to go 27 years with so much stage fright to not perform, but to know that the fans want to see you, and to overcome that. There's just so many reasons why I'm a fan. But yeah, this is why I wanted to do this today, because I think this should be henceforth known as Barbra Day now that the book is out. I think if you're a fan, you've been waiting for this book for absolutely ever, and I don't think a lot of fans thought the day would ever come. So yeah, it's very exciting. Right, the palette that we're going to use for the look today is the Give Me Glow 2 Moods palette. Never used this on my channel. You guys know how much I love Give Me Glow, and I think it's the perfect one for what I'm looking for today, because I wanted a deep kind of reddish brown, and we've got one here, which is the shade That Could Have Been a Text. I love their names, so funny. And I'm going to mix that with a bit with I Caught a Vibe. So these two here, and I'm going to kind of do a little bit of a cut crease shape, but not too harsh of a cut crease. And I think we're going to use Pink Champagne Diet, this one over here on the lid. As I say, it will be neutralist but pink leaning. So to start with, we're going to go into that brown shade, the one that's called That Should Have Been a Text. These shades are pretty powdery, so I'm really tapping that off, and I've got a little liner brush, and I'm going to create the line of where I want to go with the look. And I find a cut crease shape really difficult on myself, because with my older eyes it's really difficult to get it right. Barbra's eyes are a completely different shape to mine. She does her own makeup and always has done. She doesn't like people fussing over her, and she's very good at her own makeup, and she very much knows what she wants and how she wants. Very exacting in everything that she does. She did a screen test of like the studio or I can't remember if it was for a film or for the stage, but of letting them do her makeup, and then she did hers and said which is better, and they had to agree that hers was better, and so henceforth she's always done her own, which is very rare for a star, I think, to do their own makeup. But I find, as I say, this kind of shape on me are really, really difficult. I tried to, in my previous video that I did based on Barbara's looks, do her 1960s look, which was a lot more dramatic than, and obviously she wears her makeup now. And I don't think I pulled it off too well, but I had a lot of fun trying. See, the problem I have is I always get one eye higher than the other. And I don't want this to get too crazy of a look, as I say. So now I'm just blending that out, because I just wanted that to be the shadow in the look as such, but I don't want it to end up too crazy or even cut creasy really. So I think my videos might be a bit sparse from this point onwards, with 48 hours of audiobook and 992 pages of book, which I'm going to kind of read the book and listen to the audiobook at the same time, but yeah, it's going to take me some time. Alright, I'm going to go in with Quarter Vibe and very lightly kind of sketch over or blend over the shade we've put down, just to make it slightly more pink. And I'm trying to keep my eye open so that I can make sure that that can be seen. I tend to put my crease shade for a look like this too low and then you can't see it. So what has been exciting for me this week is that Barbara's been on quite a lot of programmes and they've been shared on YouTube. So she's been on CBS Sunday Morning in the States, and she's going to be on the Sirius XM radio station with Howard Stern. That should be an interesting one. I hope that's going to get uploaded to YouTube, because I can't get Sirius XM here in the UK. And there's more interviews coming next week, I believe, as well. She was on BBC yesterday as well. She doesn't like doing interviews. She's done a fair few over her career and I've watched most of them on YouTube, but it's not something she enjoys doing. And she said now she's written the book she won't have to do any more, so that'll be a bit sad. Above that shade, I don't want it to be just like nothing going up to my brow, so I do want to add a little bit of colour there. So I think I'm going to go with the shade I'm Levitating. It's a really pale pink, mauvey kind of pink. And I'm not going to take too much of that, but I just want to just blend above the line we've created, just so that it's not as harsh up there. It fades out to my brow. And I did think about keeping this look all matte, which I think is probably what she would do at this time in her makeup journey in her life, because matte shades are a lot more forgiving on older eyes, but I really wanted to use that pastel pink shimmer that's in this palette, so that's what we're going to do. But I'm not going to use my NYX glitter primer. I don't want to make it too intense and sparkly. So I'm going to pick up pink champagne dye, at this one here, on a brush and then spray it with setting spray. I'm going to apply that all over the lid. Oh, and that is really, really pretty. It's just what I wanted actually. It's just that touch of pink shimmer there, but nothing too crazy. I'm taking that shimmer just on the lid. I don't want to bring it all the way out where I've swept up there. So I'm just going to bring it down. So I don't want things to get out of hand with this look. As I say, it's meant to be quite a subtle look, I think, today. And when I've finished this and edited it, I've got the 50th anniversary 4K Blu-ray of The Way We Were to watch, which I've never owned the Blu-ray of that. It's quite difficult to get that in the UK, and the 4K Blu-ray was only available in the States, but it was region free, so I was able to order it. So I'm really excited to watch that. There's been 2 pivotal scenes restored in the movie that really changed the story, so super excited to watch that today. I'm going to be playing the albums and listening to some of the audiobook. And my husband said he's glad he's out today. He doesn't mind Barbara, but I think that's a Barbara overload even for him. Alright, so I think that's all I want to do on the upper lids there. I don't want it to get any crazier than it already is. It's already a little bit more intense than I was expecting. So on the lower lash line, I really want to keep things simple. So I'm going to go in with a slick waterline pencil from Melt, just slightly on the outer corners of my waterline here, and then smudge it a bit, but I don't want too much of that. Subtlety is the name of the game with this one. Just want to take it on that very outer corner, as I say. And I'm taking just the very tiniest bit of that I'm Levitating, the very pale pink that we used at the brows, and just connecting up in this outer corner using that. Okay, so that's the look to this point. Just going to hop off camera for mascara and a lip, and I'll be back to show you the finished look. Okay guys, so this is the finished look, and I really love how it's turned out. It's very pale for me and very like non-dramatic, but I really do like it. To finish it off, I've just used mascara and no liner or anything like that. And then on my lips, I've gone in with a Glamlite Scooby Doo lipstick in the shade Daphne. And then I've blotted that off to get rid of a lot of the colour, just to leave it with a bit of a base colour. And then I've topped it with a Pat McGrath gloss in the shade Prima Donna. I wanted that like ballerina kind of shell pink kind of vibe to the lips, and I think I've achieved it with that combo. So yeah, so that's the look, and I think I've done the album cover justice. I definitely took inspiration from that, and I think I've done a reasonable job, and I've had so much fun doing it. I love doing these more than any other video that I do on YouTube, so I hope you've enjoyed it. As I say, for me now, I'm going to go off and watch the Way We Were movie. I'm going to listen to a bit of the audiobook, and I'm going to stalk the Amazon man to see when the actual book's going to arrive. Took the day off because I daren't leave it in case he chucked it over the fence, because that's what tends to happen with our Amazon orders if we're not here. So that's why I took the day off. It would have been an in the office day for me today. But I'm just going to really make the most of it, as I say, and indulge in all things Barbara. So yeah, that's all I've got for you in this one. Not sure what's coming up next. I'm going to film at the weekend, and yeah, I'm not quite sure what to film with. So if you've got any suggestions of what you'd like to see me film with next, then please let me know in the comments. I've got the Ghost Town USA palette from Nomad I've not filmed with yet. I've got the Recently De-Influenced from Bella Beauty Bar. I've got the floral palettes from Ace Beauty that I've never filmed with. I've still got other palettes from Give Me Glow as well. I've got the Juicy Blueberry if you'd like to see something with that. So yeah, just let me know, or if you want to see anything else, just drop a comment, let me know, and if I've got it in my collection, then I'll try and make it happen, because I don't really know what to film with this weekend. So yeah, I have also bought the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer collection from Colourpop, but I'm going to launch Christmas with that, so that's going to be a bit more towards December. But that's all I've got for you in this one, guys. I hope you've enjoyed watching. I hope you're keeping safe and well and having a lovely day or night wherever you are, and I'll hopefully catch you in the next one. Bye guys.